If the Chinese were to move on Taiwan successfully, would that ramp up a higher degree of panic and fear within Japan that once the Chinese had reintegrated Taiwan into their kingdom, that they would then be looking at their near neighbours and in association, I suppose, with the North Koreans, that they could obviously make life difficult for the South Koreans, and there would be a multi-front sort of environment that would be very difficult to defend and hold back.
It's a pincer movement, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, my position, this was true when I was ambassador, and this is, continues to be true when I'm out of government. But we have to do everything to make sure that China would not advance into Taiwan. So we cannot presuppose, Chinese, invasion of Taiwan. We have to make our deterrence, work. But in this context, what really concerns me, the lineup of weak and meek leaders on our part, on the part of liberal democracies, those leaders who are either frivolous or arbitrary or just weak and meek. You know whom I'm talking about. So, I think this gives China, great degree of confidence or even misperception, or, they can go, scot-free while invading Taiwan. And, we have to make sure that it comes with a great cost. It comes with, when they underestimate our prowess or capabilities to push back, they have to pay the high cost. And this is the kind of signal we need to keep on sending to Beijing.
On that front, the Australian government has recently decided to buy Japanese Yamagami class frigates. I'm sure you see that as a positive development. But there is
great news.
Yeah, there is considerable ongoing debate and concern here about the AUKUS deal. So the replacement of the frigates is necessary, and I'd like to hear from you a little bit about what you know about their capabilities, because obviously they were chosen as a superior platform. But the AUKUS deal, with the intention to have at least 6 nuclear subs, is looking shaky. Again, as you described it, it would appear a lack of chemistry between our administration and that in Washington.
I think, I'm the one to firmly believe, not only Australia, but also Japan should get nuclear submarines from the US and UK. So in that regard, I would like to call on new Prime Minister of Japan to work with Australia to make, AUKUS a great success story. I mean, if AUKUS does not go through, does not get implemented, it will send a very, very wrong signal, both to Beijing and Pyongyang and Moscow. We have to make sure that will never take place. So in this regard, I think, Australia and Japan should, join hands, not only join voices together, but join hands in urging US to, exert the right leadership on this issue.
One would hope that playing to President Trump's desire to always be seen as a winner would have some sway, certainly, because I'm sure he doesn't. He even went as far as to issue a rather caustic tweet on his Truth Social, or post on his Truth Social, about that military parade. So it clearly stings him personally. I would have thought, as a long-standing and a lifelong diplomat, are these the sorts of levers that need to be used?
I think it needs to be utilized to the fullest. He is a politician, not liking to be underestimated. Not like he doesn't like to be, under evaluated. So in that regard, these 3, autocrats standing together, on the Tiananmen Square conspiring against the U.S. according to the words of Donald Trump. I think this sent an effective signal to Trump in terms of, reminding him of, importance of U.S. relationship with its important allies, Australia and Japan included.